Ivica Zubac and Kristaps Porzingis are ready to jump it up. Ball is up, game is on. And the Mavericks win the tap. They'll have it to start the fourth and final quarter as well.
You notice, Brian, they've put Coffee on Brunson, and his length and athleticism as Porzingis' easy target to find was right at the rim for the finish.
Clippers had the home court advantage last year in the playoffs, but dropped the first of the games as Paul George knocks down a little mid-range jumper.
You see his the value that he has for this team, creating shots not only for himself but for teammates. And there's Porzingis.
Come the other way, leading by one. Coffee. Oh, a slick pass to Zoo! Step on both sides, 16. For Paul George and company, trying to break the tie at 12. Kennard, good look at a three. It's good for Kennard. You know, what's it like in terms of getting your timing? It must be much different, a little easier in the G League. And he said, no, it's much harder as Ibaka puts it up. Block, nice recovery. Oh! And he says, how do you like my back now? As he thunders it in with two. And that's the biggest difference that we are seeing, is that we're just not getting to the free throw line very much. Brunson fades, fires, and fills it up. As Jalen Brunson gets his second basket, 5 points for him. For the Clippers, you literally cannot play more games in an NBA schedule than the Clippers have done in the last 8 days. Nice feed from Hartenstein to Terrence Mann, and they're shooting 8 of 23 from the field. So too are the Dallas Mavericks. Porzingis for three. He's long on the attempt, gets his own rebound, waltzes in for the easy. Porzingis working on Bledsoe. A mouse in the house, and that is some free cheese. But as we've mentioned a couple of times, so too is the rest of the league. Porzingis fades, fires, and machine guns it home. 13 first half points for Kristaps Porzingis. The rebound is collected by Eric Bledsoe. Kennard with time and space for three. It's good. The third three for the Clippers cuts the lead down to 2. Timeout, Dallas. George picked up behind Porzingis, playing with those 2 fouls. Draws a crowd. Whips it into Zoo. Brings it down below his belt, but some way, somehow lays it in. As the ball stripped and has to float it back out to George. Plenty of time on the clock for the Clippers. George rises from 20 and rips the core. It's his third bucket here today. Well, 3 times in the month of December. Happy for Alvin Gentry as Ivica Zubac lays. Zoo turns the corner, gets downhill. Oh, look out below! Ivica Zubac on the prowl. Particularly like Paul George are responding in his absence. Finney Smith with 4 to shoot into Powell. And Luke Kennard made a business decision there as Powell rumbles down and throws it down. George with 7 to shoot for the Clippers, drives in on Bullock. He goes to the house. Oh my! Hello, nasty! Can this ignite the Clippers, give them a little energy, a little more focus? Reggie Jackson says, yes, it can. And now the Clippers will do some time management here. Jackson for 3. Oh, back-to-back threes for Reggie Jackson. Maybe you go right at him. On the switch, he's picked up by George. 5 to shoot. George steps away, fires the 3. It's good for Paul George. He has 11. 6th three-pointer today for the Clippers. Strong drive downhill. Finds Powell, muscles up the shot, misses wildly. Rebound tapped back to Powell, and he lays it in on a discombobulated possession. 8 to shoot for the Clippers. Bledsoe looking for Zoo, now late for Paul George. Gonna have to bail out the Clippers with a mid-range jumper, and he does what he does best. Out to Coffee, here comes Jackson. Clippers leading by 3. Reggie, the pull-up 3, it's good. The confidence meter at all times is off the chart. Clippers out in front with 7:20 to play in the third. George left alone, that provokes a 3. His second triple. Clippers lead 61 to 52. Brunson went into the paint, saw that Zubac was providing military-grade protection, and now challenges Zoo and comes away the victor. A tough shot for George. Drives it on Brunson, swivels to the baseline, puts it up off the window. Oh, with a kiss and a smile. Paul George now with 20. And the Mavericks are back the other way. Sterling Brown is out there in place of Ntilikina, who is out for the rest of the game with a in the long run. We saw it last year with those stay ready games as Reggie Jackson down the lane, high off the window and in. Reggie Jackson now with 16 Clippers by 8. Clippers lead 68-62. Kennard, the drive and the dish. Man, the catch and the swish.
A great pass by Luke Kennard.
This Clipper defense, especially in the second half, has been very disruptive. That is very disruptive. As much as I love to see him play, Boban Marjanovic. Dallas on the board here in this fourth quarter.
And you know he can turn the game around. If they go to him, close to the basket, he can get you buckets.
Marjanovic picked up by Ibaka. A slumbering move. It looked like it was well contested, but what do I know? Winslow comes out of nowhere to save the possession for the Clippers. Ibaka, mid-range, knocks it down. Dwight Powell comes away with the rebound. Reggie was scoreless until the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. He has 16 in the game. Oh, how about the footwork there by Maxey. The defense by Man, allowing Brunson on the back door. Hardaway Jr. with 3 on the clock. 4-3. It's good. It's a 3-point game.
It's good, like it's coming out of his hands and it's going to go in.
Great look in the corner for George. Dueling banjos here in downtown Los Angeles. Don McClain was talking about it during the pregame show. Healthy competition is a great thing. Look at Ivica Zubac's numbers. And how about Reggie Jackson? 18 for Reggie.
I'll look that up after the game.
Jackson down the lane, off the window. It is good. Reggie Jackson. And the Clippers lead by 12.
Need a couple stops right now.
Brunson in the corner to Finney-Smith for 3. Victorian Finney-Smith, his first 3. 88-81. Clippers by 7. Brunson picked up by Kennard, invited baseline, obliges, takes it to the rim, and lays it in. And a nice timeout here. Porzingis below the foul line, over the top of George and knocks it down. Porzingis with 21. Brunson picks up the dribble and goes into Porzingis. Turnaround jumper over Man is good. Jumper offline. George with the rebound. Here come the Clippers looking to push to the house and punches it in with the right hand. 5-point advantage for the Clippers. Great play coming out of the timeout, and Porzingis flushes it in.
This is the isolation, the complete side of the floor.
Oh my, what a big-time shot by Paul George. This is the 20th time these two teams have met in the last 2 years. The Clippers have had the lion's share of wins. Can Jackson deliver a bucket here? Awkward shot. Oh my goodness, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. The buzzer will sound. The Clippers are winners, 97.